Hello and welcome to this full tutorial and beginner's guide on how to use and master ChatGPT. So simply put, ChatGPT is an AI chatbot made by a company called OpenAI. It understands natural language, it can generate human-like responses, it can help you edit photos, it can create photos, and do much, much more. So we're going to walk you through everything from signing up into using all of the tools that ChatGPT offers. ChatGPT is not Google. Google will find existing web pages. ChatGPT will generate custom answers for you. So, first things first, go to chatgpt.com in your browser of choice. Doesn't matter what browser you're using. And a couple of things to mention here. ChatGPT has apps for Mac, PC, and you can also use it here on the web. So it's really just personal preference. I like to download and utilize the apps. I'm on a Mac right now, but I also have a PC and have it installed there. Once you're here on the ChatGPT homepage, you'll see buttons in the upper right-hand corner that say log in and sign up for free. You want to go to sign up for free, and then you can either log in with one of your existing accounts, or you can continue to sign up with a personalized email. So go ahead and sign up, follow those prompts, and then you'll be presented with this ChatGPT page here. Once you're here, it'll probably have a pop-up that says, do you want to download the app? But if it doesn't come up, you just go to ChatGPT and then go ahead and type in your platform. So let's say ChatGPT Mac app like this, or PC app. And then what you'll do is where it says get the ChatGPT app, click on that button there. And then you'll see this website where you can download ChatGPT for desktop, which is Mac OS and Windows, as you see here. And then we also have for mobile devices, which I will show you later on in the video. You can download it both for iOS and on Android. Once you've downloaded the app, whether it be for Mac or PC, go ahead and go and find that app, install it, and open it up. As you can see here, the ChatGPT app is on my Mac, and for the remainder of this video, I'm going to be showing it to you on the app because it's going to be a one-for-one for the web version as well. All right, and before I go over the interface for ChatGPT, I want to talk about the different plans. Can you use ChatGPT for free? Yes, you can, but there are paid versions. So if you go and click on your account in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see a button that says upgrade your plan or plan. Click on that option there. It'll take you to the ChatGPT plan page. There are a number of different plans. There is the $20 plus plan, there is a business plan, and then a pro plan. You can read through these later or now and figure out what your use case may be. For the purposes of this video, I'll do everything for the $20 plan and below, but honestly, anything you see me do today will be applicable for the larger plans as well. My recommendation is to start free and then upgrade to Plus and see if it's worth it for you for the first month of usage. Now let's talk about navigating the interface. So the main chat area right here, when I click on ChatGPT in the sidebar, if you don't see this sidebar, click the little flare button right here. If you click that option there, it will show all of these options that you see on my screen. Once you have ChatGPT selected, you'll see this dialog box at the bottom, and it says Ask Anything. This is where you will enter your first prompt. This is where you will ask ChatGPT a question or have it work on something for you. Everything will be prompted right here in this dialog box. Many people always say that, oh, this AI tool is not useful, but what the problem is, they're not really prompting the tool properly. If you just ask it very simple and mundane questions, or the way that you're prompting is not very detailed, you're not giving it much background, of course you're not going to get a very detailed answer. But if you know and learn how to prompt, and there are tons of tools out there, there are tons of videos out there showing you what the best prompts are for specific things like proofreading and writing and different things of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and type in a simple prompt for the purposes of this video. And as I do, you can see it begins to respond to my prompt. Not only does it respond to my prompt, in the left-hand sidebar now, you can see it has given this chat a name, which is Family Donut Business Plan over here. And as you can see, other chats that I've had with ChatGPT show up here in the sidebar. So whenever you have a chat, it will stay here until you right-click on that chat and then go to either archive or delete. If you archive, it'll stay in the memory of ChatGPT. If you delete it, if I click delete, you can see it says this can't be undone, and then it will remove it from the memories. And we'll talk about memories here in a second. So as you can see, we prompted to create a business plan for me and my kids to start our own business selling donuts, and we want it to be profitable as quick as possible. And it's given me an entire business plan here, talking about pricing strategy, sales strategy. So as you can see, if I want to go to the bottom, I'll click this arrow here if it's a longer prompt. And as you can see, it gives you this. If you want next, I can help you come up with a business name, write your first Facebook launch post. So now it's prompting me to say, okay, what do you want to do next, right? Then I can respond to it. And the power of this over a normal search engine is that I can have a conversation with what will be an expert in a specific topic, right? That's the power of using ChatGPT or any AI LLM tool, right? All right, so we've already figured out this is our prompting box at the bottom. This is our sidebar with our chat history. What other things can we do within this prompting box down below? Well, there is an addition symbol here. If we click that, you can see I can upload files. I can upload files, photos, take a screenshot, or take a photo. So let's go ahead and upload a file. So I'm going to upload a file, and I'm going to upload a audio file, and I'm going to either double click or click open. I can upload a file here, and then I can ask ChatGPT to listen to the file or view the image or read the document and give me feedback. So now I'm interacting not just with the tool, but with attached files as well. If you want to, you can go ahead and click the X where the file has been attached to remove that file. So that's where the power gets more personalized with the tool. You can do photos, files, screencasts, screenshots, or take a photo. This works better on your mobile device, obviously. The next thing I want to talk about is models. There are different models for ChatGPT, and these models get updated at a very rapid pace. If we click on ChatGPT Auto, which is kind of what it's set on now, you can see there are different models. There's an instant model that'll be quicker to respond. There is a thinking model that thinks longer but will give you more thought out, better answers. And then there are legacy models in this drop-down menu. You will oftentimes hear these new models called something and then a number. So it might be GPT 5.2, or by the time you're watching this, it might be GPT 5.4 or 5, and all of those will show up here. They've kind of simplified the labeling and titling of them here just to make it easier for users. Then in this drop down, there is an option to have a temporary chat. Now, what is a temporary chat? If I enable this, this is a temporary chat that will not appear in history. It will not show up in the sidebar, and for safety purposes, they'll keep it for about 30 days, but it will not be used to train their models in the future. Right? That is what a temporary chat is. So depending on what your use case is, you may want to switch between and toggle between the different models to see which one provides you the best answers for everything you're trying to do. Now, the next button here on our prompting window is this little globe icon. This allows us to search the web. This enables search and gives us more of a broader spectrum of what we can do. So that allows us to search the web. The next option is agent. This is think of it kind of like your virtual assistant. You can describe a task and your agent will help you either do it or guide you to do that. Then we have the app icon here to where we can incorporate this with other apps. Like I have mine set up, or I used to have it set up with Apple Notes and Notion. All of these things can be done, and it's a little more in detail. But once you learn how to use ChatGPT, you can incorporate it and link it to other apps, which again makes it even more powerful. And then where you see auto here, this allows you to have another place where you can switch between the different models. Over on the right, we will see a record button here and a microphone. If you click on record, it will then open up record mode. So ChatGPT can record, transcribe, and summarize meetings from Zoom, different calls that you're having. And if you hit get started, you can set that up to where every time that you open a Zoom call, you'll be prompted or have the ability to go into record mode and record that and have ChatGPT take notes for you on that call. And then the microphone is very powerful. Clicking this microphone here and clicking allow will I'm not going to do it because I'm recording this video, but if you hit allow, this is very powerful on mobile, and I'll show you on my iPhone here later. You can then just speak to ChatGPT. You don't have to type out your prompts. You can do a voice dump is what I like to call them, and I'll give it an idea, give it a prompt as I'm speaking to it or as I'm on my daily walk, whatever it may be, and it's a much easier way to prompt ChatGPT. Now, let's talk about memory and making sure ChatGPT remembers the things that you want it to. So if we go here in our name in the lower left-hand corner, go to settings, it'll bring up all of our settings. What we want to do is we want to go to personalization, and then we want to scroll down and we want to go to memory and go to manage memories. As you can see, everything will be showed here in our saved memories. If there is something we don't want it to remember, we can click the trash can icon here. We can also go to the more button here and we can delete all if that's something that we want to do. But automatically, it will save our memories right here. It will use those memories to personalize the responses in the future. Now, my ChatGPT knows that I create tutorial videos for YouTube. It knows that I record voiceovers, and so it knows a lot about me and thus helping me provide better feedback in the tool itself. Once you get a lot of chats from within the tool, you can go to your search bar here, and then you can start typing in words like thumbnail, and everything that I've done regarding thumbnails will show up here. So again, you can use the search bar in the upper portion of ChatGPT just to figure that out. Also, you can create your own custom GPT. So if I hit the down arrow here, you can see I've created one for my YouTube channel. I've created one for my website. But what you can do is you can explore other GPTs that other people have created. So if we go here and go to explore GPTs, this is curated GPTs that are personalized around specific topics, right? So for writing, you may want to use this one. For productivity, you may want to use this one. For research and analysis, you may want to use this one if you're in finance. These are GPTs that are specific to a project or a type of task to make it easier for you. Again, these are all things that you want to look into, you can filter through and play around with to see which one fits your projects and your workflow the best. You'll switch between those GPTs when you have them selected by up here in the left-hand corner, selecting on it, and then just going back to auto, and that'll take you right back to the normal ChatGPT interface. Now I want to show you something called Canvas. If we go into the dialog or prompt box here and go to open a canvas like so and hit enter, it's going to then open a Canvas document for us where we can open in full screen and we can work side by side. So we can then begin to prompt it side by side once we're into our canvas. As you can see here, I prompted it over on the left-hand side, and it's now going to work on this canvas for me. So I'm working side by side on a document. I can prompt over on the left, and I can see the changes over here on the right. Again, any canvas document you can go up here and rename in the upper left-hand corner. We can copy it in the right-hand corner. We can share. We can see version history. Click the three dots and we can download this to a specific file. This is just another way of working with ChatGPT. So as you can see, it's built out what I wanted it to build out. And also anything that you do within ChatGPT at the very bottom, you can either copy that text by clicking this little square icon here. You can have it read it aloud to you by clicking this volume icon, and then you can tell it whether or not it was a good response or not by clicking or tapping the thumbs up or thumbs down. And then the three dots here allow you to either branch into a new chat or click retry and try again with either the same prompt or added details to that same prompt. Those are all things you can do at the very bottom of everything that it responds to you. The next thing I want to show you is the project section. I love projects because it allows me to keep projects over and siloed by themselves, and it doesn't get confused with the normal day-to-day chats that I'm having with ChatGPT. So right here where it says new project, I have two projects actively going now. I have a podcast project, which is here, but if I wanted to, I could go to new project, and then I give the project a name. Once you give the project a name, you can see there are different types of projects here. I normally don't really select one of those. I go to the more options section here, and then I change the memory from default to project only. This allows everything that I do within this project to only be related to that said project. Now, it might be case by case for you, but I want my memory for this project to only be within this project. So I'll click Done, and then I'll go to Create Project. Now, what this does is it gives us a folder of sorts, and this allows us to have chats that will only show up underneath this project. So every chat that we have about this project will show up here, and we can click into that project folder and see all of the chats that we have here, and then see the sources, which sources would be apps, connected files, things of that nature. It's a really great way to silo specific things you're working on and differentiate them from the generalized day-to-day chats that you're having with ChatGPT. What I like to do is upload reference material for projects. So I'll go into a project like this, I'll go over to sources, I'll go to add sources, and then I'll add specific files. I can add them from Google Drive or Slack or any connected app if I want to connect them, but I'll just go to add files from my computer, and then I'll go here and I'll select some audio files like I'm doing here, double click or click open, and all of these files will now be source material for everything that I'm doing on this project. So any project you're working on, like a budget or a household project, you might want to put, pictures of your lawn or your house here if you're, reconstructing or remodeling something. You get the point. Everything for that project that's related will be done here, and upload those source files just like so. Now let's talk about image generation and vision, right? So ChatGPT does a fairly good job of generating images. If we go back to our original prompt of the donut business with my family, I can prompt and say, create a simple mock-up of a logo image for this business. Now, in your prompt, you need to say that you're wanting it to give you an image. ChatGPT's image generation is using a tool called DALL-E, D-A-L-L-E. So we can do two things. We can have it create images for us. So here it is, Family Donut Company. That's a nice little mock-up image here. And it says made with love by dad and kids. That's wonderful. And as with anything in ChatGPT, we can either download or take that image as is, or we can prompt and have a back and forth. I'll say, I like that image, but make the color green. And I'll respond once more, and it'll begin to reimagine that image with the changes and edits that I just mentioned. So not only can it create images from scratch like you're seeing it do here, we can also click the addition symbol here and upload photos, either from our photo library, Google Photos, and if we click a photo here, so I selected a photo of my daughter and I prompted it by saying clean up and make this image better. Now, that's a simple prompt. You obviously want to do more details. I could have uploaded that image of my daughter and say, remove the background, and it very easily and quickly can do that as well. So not only can it create these custom images that we see here, you can also upload your own images and have it work on them and work as a professional photo editor as well. And then when it's done, it gives you a download link where you can click on that link and download the enhanced image as you see with this one here, or the one with the removed background. So ChatGPT image generation is getting better, as with everything in this tool and AI. As it progresses, it will only get better and better. Another option is you could upload a photo and say, find similar products to this. It's a shopping feature that they have. But let's talk about practical use cases for ChatGPT. One of them will be writing. So you can say, write a birthday card message for my mom who loves gardening. And it will help you create a nice little inspirational message and give you different tones with writing, so short and simple. The only thing I will say about ChatGPT is that with any AI tool, they tend to overuse emojis. I'm not a big emoji person when it comes to writing. And so you may have to go in and say, hey, in future responses, can we, tone down the emoji usage by 80%. And these are all things you can have it remember so it does it in the future. One that I use a lot is meal planning. So I'll say, give me a healthy dinner plan this week for a family of 4 under $100. And then it'll give me a strategy. It'll give me a grocery list that I can add to my task list. And then it'll give me the different daily meals that we're going to be having. A lot of people have lost a lot of weight prompting an AI tool to help them do so. So let's talk about some tips and tricks and things to avoid, right? My first tip and trick for you is to make sure that you learn to prompt properly. Use follow-up messages to refine. So once you get a response like I've gotten here, respond to that or look at the different things that it's asking you. Hey, do you want to add lunches and snacks? Turn this into a printable weekly plan. Think of this more as a conversation, not as a search tool. ChatGPT keeps context within a conversation. So that's very powerful. Start new chats for new topics. Don't just run off one, same chat like you see me do here. Go up to ChatGPT here or go to the pencil icon to start a new chat. That's very important as well. Also, use things such as explain like I'm a child or give me a step-by-step to control the complexity, right? If you want it to be really in-depth, you can say step-by-step. Very simple. You can say explain like I'm 10, whatever it may be. Don't share personal things like social security numbers, sensitive financial info. Don't trust it blindly on medical, legal, or financial advice. Always verify with a professional. And with that said, let's jump over to the mobile app here on my iPhone. So as you can see, I've gone into the App Store, I've searched for ChatGPT, and I've downloaded it and I've logged into my account. As you can see, you have the same prompting bar right here where it says Ask ChatGPT, and then it has a couple of templates at the top there that I can scroll through. I can say, hey, create an image or create a chart based on my data. And all of the same things that are applicable for the desktop version will show up here on the mobile version. If I tap the two lines in the upper left-hand corner, it'll bring up the sidebar where I can see all of my ChatGPTs, all of my projects, all of my recent chats, and I can go between the different chats. Anything that we do within ChatGPT on desktop, we can do on mobile. I can tap that addition symbol there to add a photo. So I can add a photo like this here, and I can give it a prompt just like I would on desktop. So not only can I create images here within the mobile app, but I can have it take images from my device and make changes or corrections to those, just like I showed you within the ChatGPT desktop app. Also, you can see there's a stop button there in the prompting window. I can tap that stop button and it'll stop the prompt automatically, and we can go and redo or edit that prompt if we want to make sudden changes. But as you can see, it took an image from my device. It's creating the changes that I wanted it to right here within the app. And that worked pretty well. You'll notice that it does make some changes, but for the most part, that is the image. It took my daughter and my baby daughter and put them in the city during a nighttime scene. Pretty cool if you ask me. Probably the most powerful thing that I do on the mobile app is right here where you see the little audio file with a circle around it. I'll tap that option there, and as you can see, it begins to listen to me and we can have conversations. So I can go here and hit X and it listened to me. So I'm having a voice chat with ChatGPT. Or if it is more simple, you can tap the microphone icon. As you can see, it's basically listening to me, and I can be on a walk, I can be doing certain things, and I can be asking or prompting directly from this audio file. And then I'll just tap stop, and then I'll send it, it'll transcribe it, and there's that prompt that it just listened. All right, so with that being said, that's really everything you'll need to master the basics of ChatGPT in this beginner tutorial. I hope this was helpful. I'll have some frequently asked questions in the pinned comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if this did help you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.